He freed the slave alien woman. She returned to his home as a queen. The mines of Del Caris were filled with pain. Deep beneath the red deserts of that distant planet, slave labor carved out the rare mineral Threxium. And among the forgotten, the beaten, and the silent, there was one alien woman whose eyes still glowed with something unbroken. Her name was Allery. She was a Corellan, a proud species known for their grace and psychic strength. But here, in chains, she was called nothing until the day he came. Jaren Holt, a former soldier from Earth, had abandoned the Federation's wars years ago. He lived now in the outer systems, trading supplies and helping forgotten people. When he arrived on Del Caris, he intended only to deliver food and medicine. But then he saw her. She was collapsed near the loading ramps, arms trembling, skin marked with bruises. When she looked up at him, their eyes locked, human and alien, and something passed between them. A wordless plea, a stubborn spark. Jiren couldn't walk away. That night, under cover darkness, he bribed the overseers. When credits weren't enough, he used his fists. And when that failed, he used an old code slicer to unlock her collar. "I don't want anything," he said quietly as he helped her into his ship. "I just want you to be free." Allery stared at him, silent. She didn't speak as they left the mines. She didn't cry when they jumped to hyperspace, but she watched him closely, not with fear, but with curiosity. Why would a human risk his life for her? He took her to his home on Aronis 3, a quiet green moon where refugees and wanderers found peace. There she rested. He gave her food, clothes, silence, and space. Days passed, then weeks. Finally, she spoke. "My name is Allery." He smiled. "I'm Jaren. Glad to finally meet you properly. I was Corellan nobility before the slavers came. I was heir to my house." Jaren nodded slowly. "I figured you were someone important. Why did you free me?" "Because no one else would." They shared long conversations under the moonlight. Jiren told her about his past, his regrets, his reasons for leaving the military. She told him about her people's fall, about the palace that became a prison, about the weight of chains. And slowly, something grew. Not love, not yet, but trust. And in the quiet safety of his small home, Allery healed. Then one day, she was gone. No note, no goodbye, just an empty room and a cold wind. Jiren told himself it was okay. She was free. That was all that mattered. But his heart ached anyway. 5 years passed. Jiren remained on Aronis 3, helping where he could, living simply. The galaxy moved on. Empires rose and fell. And though he sometimes looked at the stars and wondered where she'd gone, he never expected to see her again. Until the ship descended from the sky. It was sleek, adorned in banners of silver and violet, guarded by an escort of Corellan warriors. The entire colony stood in awe as the craft landed. Then the ramp lowered, and Allery stepped out, no longer thin or bruised. She wore royal armor trimmed with silver thread. Her crown shimmered with psionic light. Her gaze swept the crowd and settled on him. She walked forward, regal, commanding, beautiful. Jiren blinked. "Allery." She nodded once. "I am Queen Allery Velche of the Corellan Ascendancy." The crowd gasped. Jiren just stared. "You're queen." "I was heir," she said softly. "I returned to my people after you freed me. I gathered the scattered survivors. We rebuilt our homeworld." He felt his chest tighten. "That's amazing." She took another step closer. "And I returned for you." That night, in the garden behind his home, they sat alone. "I never forgot you," she said. "You did not treat me like property. You treated me like a person. No one else ever did." I didn't expect anything in return, Jaren said gently. I know, she whispered. That's why I came back. He hesitated. You're a queen now. I'm just... You are the only one I trust to rule beside me, she said. Not as a subject, as my equal. He stared at her. You're asking me to... Yes, she said. Be mine. The wedding was held under the twin suns of her restored world. Human ambassadors attended, stunned into silence. The Karellan people bowed to their queen, and to the man who had once lived alone on a forgotten moon. Allery wore white and violet robes of honor. Jaren stood tall beside her, not as a soldier, not as a savior, but as her chosen consort. When they clasped hands, Allery whispered, You freed me from chains. Now I free you from loneliness. And Jaren, with quiet awe, replied, Then let us rule with mercy. They ruled not with fear or pride, but with compassion. And when historians wrote of the queen of the Karellan and the human who won her heart, they did not speak of conquest. They spoke of a single act of kindness that changed two lives and a kingdom forever.